everybody. I'm going to bring you along as I do a few Valentine treats. Today we're going to make attempt to make our own homemade cherry pie filling, because I want to do a cherry chocolate sheet cake. And in order to do that, you have cherry pie filling. Let me show you what we got outside. And I don't want to go to the store. So there we go. We're going to attempt. I have all the stuff here to make cherry pie filling. I've never made it before. So come along and we'll see whether it works or it doesn't. First thing I have to do is 4 cups of cherries. So I have the ones with the stems in them. I'm just taking the stems out. This is a good use of this. I have these left over from Christmas, and I wanted to get them used up, so Valentine's Day is a good reason to use them up. And it says we're going to cook this until the cherries release their juice, and then you put in a cup of sugar and a 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch. And that's all there is to it. So if this works, don't buy canned cherry pie filling. Unless they're more expensive than the cherries, which could be. I bought a great big old gigantic jar at Sam's, so I've gotten several different recipes out of them. And now I'm going to use the bulk of them up today. But if you don't have them, say you might have a cherry tree in the yard or the neighborhood or something that you can go get you some cherries and freeze them, then you'll have it. I don't think it'll take very long for these to release their juice, simply because they're already been done something with. So it shouldn't take very long to get these started. The hardest part is going to be getting these stems out, and you see how hard that is. Not hard at all. Now, it probably is a lot harder because I think cherries have a pit in them, but these have already been pitted. So, but I would love, if anybody in the area has a cherry tree that they'd like to donate some cherries, I would definitely give you a shout out on the YouTube channel. So I'm just going to keep doing this. Cherries are sticky. Let me finish pitting these, and then I'll bring you back when I'm getting ready to put the sugar in. I'm sorry, I forgot to bring you back when I was put the sugar in. But once you get the sugar in, this is what it looks like. Got some nice, good. This is going to be mixed with a chocolate cake mix to make cherry chocolate cake. I'll bring you back. On to the next part of this recipe. It says to have a chocolate fudge cake, and that's what this is chocolate fudge. Get my scissors over here. So we're going to put the chocolate fudge cake in. I'll put that over there. The trash can's right beside me. Okay, don't need this box. Then we're going to use make it sure it's not clumped up or nothing. Then we're going to put our cherry mix in. Still a little warm. I hope it ain't too warm for this. and 2 eggs. Let me get a bowl of crackers in. I don't like to crack eggs, especially if you feel. I guess that's not going to scramble these eggs. There's 1 egg. And 2 eggs. Now, I'm going to get a whisk and whisk this up. Get this big spoon so I can get down at the bottom so we don't have any dry cake mix. Timmy likes chocolate covered cherries, so I just thought this would be something good to have ready for him when he comes in on Valentine's Day. So this video will not be going up until after Valentine's Day. Sorry about that, guys. Of course, I guess I could go ahead and put it up at least on Thursday, because I guarantee you he'll watch the live on Wednesday. Okay, let me get a cake pan. And I'm going to spray the pan. Oops. Oh, my oven is ready just at the same time my cake is. Woo. That's heavy. Turn it around where you can see getting it in there. That is some thick cake mix, guys. Now, get the rest of it out of here. Okay. That looks yummy, guys. See when it comes out if it even needs any. How good that looks. Looky how good that looks. Alright, let's put it in the oven. 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. Let's set the timer. All right. Now we will bring you back when that is done. Okay, guys, here it is out of the oven. Still very, very, very hot. I am going to make icing for it, or frosting. It's going to take a cup of sugar, 5 teaspoons of butter, 1/3 cup of milk, and 6 ounces of chocolate chips. So I've got to put it on, but I've got to let this cool down before I make that, and then put it on top of it. And once that cools down, I may put me a couple of cherries sticking around in it. Alright guys, I'll bring you back when it's cool enough to frost. Okay guys, now we're going to make the icing for that cake. And it takes a cup of sugar, and of milk. And 5 tablespoons of butter. And you can see on the side of the thing it has tablespoons. So we're going to do 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm going to cut this butter up into littler pieces so it'll melt easier. So then we cook it. Just bring it to a boil. Alright, so we're going to put that on 6. Stir this up. That milk into that sugar. Sorry for the noise. We'll take a pastry brush and go along the edges of this so that that sugar don't crystallize. It's the last thing you want on top of your icing on top of your cake is for it to crystallize on you. I usually just buy icing in a cake mix or cake mix icing, but I'm going to try to make this one this way. Alright, keep that to the side in case I need it again. Stir real easy. Okay, let that butter melt and that sugar and milk come to a boil. And we'll probably speed this part up for you. Then we're going to put in 6 ounces of chocolate chips. I've made candy before and it really get sugary. So I didn't know what that was until I was watching one of the YouTube channels and they said that happened to them, and this was a good way to keep it from doing it. One thing about these big cooking days that everybody has to deal with, and that's lots of dishes. There we go. Now it's come up in the middle. Now it says stir it for 1 minute. Yep, that's what it looks like when it comes to when butter and milk come up to a boil. Stir it constantly for 1 minute. Let's keep it from burning. And then we're going to move it off onto this side and put the chocolate chips in and stir it. 31 seconds. 31 seconds. 21 seconds now. I think this is the stage that makes it start to get thicker. Okay. Alright, so now we take this off the heat. Keep stirring it so the heat don't burn it. Turn off the unit so you don't burn yourself. Put the chocolate chips in. Whoops. Guess you want them all in there. And then stir. Bring you over a little closer so you can see me stirring the chocolate. And as it melts, it will make this a fudge icing for that cake. Boy, it's going to be decadent. Yes, it's going to be definitely decadent. Wonder if you could make fudge like this. Oh, it smells good, people. It smells good. You have to keep stirring it until you get all of the chocolate mixed up. It's a little bumpy. I've walked 3,000 steps today so far, guys. So you got the rest of all these things to do. This is only the first one. While the cake was baking, or after the cake baked and it was cooling down, it took me a little nap. That's why I'm starting a day ahead. I can do these some today and some in the morning. Do the ones that takes electricity today. Still need a little bit more. It is getting harder though. Alright. Let it set and melt while I set you up over here to see me putting it on. Oops. Sorry guys, can't put you over too far. There we go. That'll work. Set this sugar down here out of the way. I had to plug you up because I run my battery dead. So let's see. Here we go. Move this stuff out of the way. I'll need that with the next thing I'm doing. Alright. Here's our cake. Don't need it on that thing anymore. There's our cake. Still nice and soft. Alright, so we need to get this on this cake. I'm just going to pour it on. is the reason I'm using this spatula, or this, scraper thing, so that you can get all the goodies out of there. And then move it on to the top. See, it's already starting to harden up, guys. Move it over. We'll make like a thin layer of icing on top of this cake. It's going to be a cherry chocolate sheet cake. And believe you me, it's as good as it looks. It's going to be delicious. All right. Look, guys. Yes. I'll let you know how it tastes. All right, that ends the first one. Okay, on to the next one. I'm going to make a cherry cheesecake. We had this in there probably since Christmas, so I hate to cook it. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't know why you're crooked. I guess because I got you plugged in. Anyway, so what it says is to make the crust. Well, I had this in my pantry in there, and I said there's no sense in me opening up that crust mix when I have this already. So what I'm going to do, and this will store it better than just putting it in a regular pie pan, is I'm going to use this one. So that takes care of that part for a minute. Then we're going to do the filling mix, which I took the scissors back over there. Now I go back and get them. I think I'm going to quit after this one and charge my phone back up. Okay, so you put the filling mix in your thing, and you add 1.5 cups of milk. Okay, and then you take your beaters . Make sure that I got all the powder stuff up out of the corners. Okay. And now, do it for 3 minutes. All right. Whew. Knock all the goods off. We have a full not to lose that bite.
Good.
That's good.
Just smell me.
Okay, thank you, buddy. Sean just braved the snow. Went up and got some goodies in case we'd eat them. Okay. Oh, that looks good. Now it says put it in the refrigerator for 1 hour. And then we'll come back and put the cherry on the top of it. All right. We'll see you in an hour. If we'd have cut it across the top, it would have been too quick to come out of there. Get it all over the top here. Most people do strawberries for Valentine's Day, but since I had the majority of cherry stuff, that's what we did. Not to say we won't do a strawberry something, but there we go. One cherry cheesecake. Put the lid back on, put it in the refrigerator, and now that is 2 projects done. And that's for anybody that's had a hard time making cheesecake before, with those little no-bake cheesecakes. This is awesome. You get the full cheesecake taste without all the hard work that goes with it. And if you buy one of these graham cracker crust already made, you're halfway done. Alright guys, that ends that one. We'll figure out what we're going to do next. This one is called peanut butter cheesecake bites. You take 1 cup of peanut butter, and 1 thing of softened cream cheese. 1 8-ounce package. There we go. Softened cream cheese. And 1/3 of a cup of sugar. Now I'm going to take this over to my stand mixer, as you can see with my bowl, because I think it will mix it better than trying to do it by hand. Okay. Pull this off. Your wooden spoon. Put you back down again. All I'm going to do is stir it up and mix it some more. I'm so short, I have to turn everything sideways. Okay. Now, that's what it looks like. I'm in the shape. There you go. So now what it says to do, to get a sheet pan. And a piece of parchment paper. I have you plugged up over here so it makes it hard to get around. Just get you a sheet pan and a piece of parchment paper. I'm going to wash my hands again real good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a little bit of this spray and I'm going to rub my hands in it, because you have to take this out in little bits and roll it into a ball. don't know if you can see. Let's switch sides with it. Let's roll you down a little farther. Oh, there you go. Why that's so stiff? Whoops, need a little bit more than that. Try to make them about the same size if you can. Well, it stopped snowing, guys. They say we're in for a rainstorm, which with all this snow that we've got and the water table's up already, we might have some floods. They don't have to be perfectly round. You just have to make them so you can dip them in the white chocolate you're getting ready to do. It's like making peanut butter cookies. But I'm not making cookies today. Although I did make a cake and a cheesecake. Well, that's how many it's supposed to have made. But it's going to make a good deal more. So let's move them up. I'll probably put these in the refrigerator for just a little bit to set up. And then I'll come back and melt the chocolate. It has cream cheese in it, so the cream cheese will harden up a little bit more. Must have made them a lot littler than what the thing said to make them. Because I'm getting a whole bunch more than 20. Might make these again at Easter. And make them in all different colors. And shape them in the shape of an egg. Wouldn't that be cute? Alright, we're getting to the bottom. While these are sitting up in the refrigerator, we'll do up the dishes that I got over here. And then we'll come back and make the dough, or the stuff we're going to dip them in. And I'll show you a neat little trick that we found out today. I don't think there's enough to make one more, but we'll see. It might be a itty bitty one. Yep, a tiny, tiny one. Alright, guys. Let me wash my hands. I'll turn you off and we'll be back in a little bit. Put the white chocolate on it. Alrighty. See you in a bit. Okay, on to the next part of the project. And we are going to dip it in white chocolate. They said to take a plastic fork and break the two inside tines. That's easier said than done. The way they did it made it look like it was easy peasy. Let's try. Well, I was going to try the scissors, but I don't see it. Here we are. Now, have what looks like that. And that way you can slide it off. So I'll bring you back when I got them all done. Hi guys, coming back to you with finished products. I'm sorry, my phone went dead and I was in a mood to cook, which is not very often, so I went ahead and done it to show you the results. These are the peanut butter cheesecake bites we were looking on, all fixed up and decorated. I just dipped it in white chocolate, mixed some, actually one of those little powdered things you get to put in your water, strawberry flavored, and just made me a different color inside the white icing and put it on top. Then I went to the yummy rose coconut bonbons, but instead of putting rose flavor in it, which I'd never heard of before, I put in vanilla. But they are delicious. I love coconut bonbons. And then this one is Sean's Oreo truffles that you've seen us make before. I coated half of them in white with the pink icing and half of them in chocolate with white icing. And then this is the cheesecake after we're finished with it, ready to cut and eat. This is vanilla or Valentine sliced bacon eat cinnamon, but of course you know I can't have cinnamon, so I put orange flavored gelatin in it, which they turned out delicious. But they are a shortbread cookie. All of these recipes I believe came from Design on a Dime or All Recipes, so you can find the recipe itself just by looking up that name. And this is our chocolate, our cheesy chocolate, or excuse me, cherry chocolate sheet cake. This is the one that I homemade the cherry pie filling for, mix it up with cake mix, and then made a homemade icing for it. I'm anxious to see how that goes. Alright guys, so as it stands right now, these will be the desserts that I will go on Facebook Live on Wednesday, February the 12th at 7 o'clock. So if you haven't watched that show already, please check in and you'll know what they look like when they're done. Alright guys, y'all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.